fellow YouTubers of the world, and welcome to the darkness once again. Starring your old pal, Mr. Darkness here. Don't you guys miss me? Don't you guys like me? Don't you guys just love the streams that I put out? I hope so. I hope that there is enough sick, demented people in this world that actually like what I put out there. Because, I don't mind that. I don't. Especially when I'm becoming more resistant to the proverbial poison that is being belched out and spewed out by every single last one. I hear it every day. This person did that. This person did this. This person is responsible for that. This person is responsible for this. Oh, please, get over yourselves, people. The one person that you gotta be holding accountable for is, the one you stare in the mirror all the time, don't you? You can't sit there and play the blame game for everybody. You can't sit there and say, well, I'm made this way because of this. I'm made this way because of that. Oh, this happened because of this. This happened because of that. Baloney. Come on. Give me a break here. What wanted to say? Hold on a minute. Like I said, this is all, you guys, and this is what I love. You see, you guys troll your own selves. Now that is a funny picture within itself. See, you don't need anybody to troll you. You guys troll your own selves by creating yourselves to be your own victim, villain, and hero. That is the funniest thing I have ever in my life heard of in my whole entire life. You all just create these little Epcot stories and these Epcot theories, and you trap yourselves in such a web of bullshit that you don't even know where the story starts and where the story ends. Oh my God, people. Really? You guys make yourselves out to be the victim, villain, and hero all in one take. Oh, that's rich. That is pure classic material, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make that up. You can't make that up at all. I mean, making yourself out to be the victim, villain, and hero of your own story that you made up out of your own head? Wow. Now that I have to say, that's pure artwork. It really is. I mean, think about it. You make up a story, right? And then you make yourself out to be the bad guy, right? Like, oh, everybody hates me and no one likes me and blah, 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 and all of this other stuff. And then you start talking shit, right? Because you're like, well, since I'm the bad guy, I might as well act the part, right? So you talk a bunch of crap, you talk a bunch of shit, you say a bunch of stuff, and then when people fire back, then you're like, why is everybody always picking on me? And, oh my God, everybody's against me. Oh my God, everybody's at me, and yada, 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 yada. And then you claim yourself to be the victim. And then, when you finally reach the climax of your story, then you say, well, I guess I showed them. I guess I told them a thing or two about a thing or two about a thing or two. And then, guess what? You wind up being the hero of your own story. Oh my God, is that rich? That's classic. That is classic. Wow. I never invented a story like that in all my life. Being the victim, this should be perfect soapbox opera material. That should be on the episodes of The Rich and Shameless. I swear to God, it should be. Because you make yourself out to be the villain, you make yourself out to be the victim, and you make yourself out to be the hero all in one shot. Wow. Even I couldn't make up a story like that. Holy Toledo. I mean, that's perfect. That's perfect. And you know what I've got to say about that? I gotta hand it to you guys. You guys know how to put on a show. You guys know how to really lay the bullshit on. I mean, really, seriously. You guys know how to just add it on and add it on and add it on. It's kind of like eating a hamburger, right? You can add it on, take it off. Add it on, take it off. Add it on, take it off. Like, for instance, okay, say you prepare, I don't know, I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm just gonna put this out there for a little something. Just a little something. Okay. You say for instance, you work at a Burger King, like a burger place or something, and somebody orders a Whopper, and they order plain Whopper, just whatever, the works. So you get one that's already made up, and bam, out the door it goes. But then the customer comes back and says, you know what? I didn't like this one because it had too much mustard on it. So you're like, okay, so you take it to the back, scrape the mustard off, and there you go, send it through. Done. Well, I didn't like this because it had too much lettuce on it. Okay, you go in the bathroom, pick the lettuce off, bam, there you go. All done. You see? That is the pure way of just plain insanity, guys. For real. I mean, you get to pick and choose what you want to talk about. You get to pick and choose what you want to hear. And you get to pick and choose what you want to listen to. And once you You just pick and choose. You don't care about hearing the full story or the full episode. No, you just want to just go ahead and skip to the good parts. Fuck the rest of it. Just skip to the good parts and just say, well, I tried. You know. I'm like, okay. Because you see, with any type of story, it doesn't matter what it is, you need a beginning, a middle, and an end. A beginning, and a middle, and an end. And of course, you need heroes, you need villains, and you need, well, as they call it, innocent bystanders that are just caught up in the crossfire. And then that is the, what do you call it? The recipe of making a good story. You've got the beginning, the middle, and the end. You've got the hero and the villain, and you've got the story in between. So there you go. See? That's the makings of a great story. See? Like I can make a story out of midair, like Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. You know what the moral of that story is? Here's what it is. One person does one thing, and the other person follows right behind him. And guess what happens? They both do the same thing, expecting a different result. And guess what? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, so they want to complain about it. They want to bitch, piss, and moan about it. They want to just say life's not fair and all that jazz. When, you didn't have to follow what everybody else is doing. You could have just branched off and done it all on your own, right? Learn by example, instead of being one of the, so-called sheeple. You just follow a script or follow a line or just follow what everybody else is doing. It's really sad that a lot of people don't have imagination on here. They don't have any creativity. They just want to just hurry up and copy off of someone else so that they can get those cheap movie tickets and get in the front row seat, right? Yeah, why not just skip the whole movie and get your ticket, watch the highlights, and then you're done. What's the point of watching a full flick when you can just pick and choose, just, skip through, skim through, watch the highlights. Watch the highlights. Who cares about the plot, the beginning, and all that? Let's just skim through it, and let's just talk about just the highlights of it. Well, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. That was bad, that was bad, that was good. Okay, that's done. The end. You realize how boring a story sounds when you just... That's like watching one of your favorite movies and just fast forwarding through what you don't want to hear. And it's like, well, what's the point of fast forwarding through everything if you're not really sure as to what's going on unless you watch the whole damn thing? Then you can understand it. But you see, people don't invest their so-called time, and a lot of them claim that they don't have it when they do. You just got to make it, can you have time if you can't make time? You know, it's just, I find it just crazy, you know? How can you find time, make time for yourself, if you never have it? How can you say, I never have time for this, I never have time for that, when, you know, technically, you do have time. It's just a matter of making it. You know, it's just a matter of prioritizing, organizing, and doing all that. But, you know, nobody does that anymore. No, that's just so passe, right? That's just so 2015 or some bullshit like that. You know, seriously. I guess it's outdated that, you know, people, it's just like the fast food joint. You know, when you order a fast food restaurant, when you order something from a fast food restaurant, you don't want to wait. You want it right now. You don't care how it is, how it tastes, what it looks like. You just want it now. That's all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it is. You want it now. You want it now. Okay, fine. I'm gonna give it to you now, but it may not be what you really want to expect in the fucking first place. But you got it. It's like a toy, a favorite toy or a favorite car that you want to get. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait for the better ones. You don't want to wait. You know, you want the car now. Doesn't matter how it looks like. Doesn't matter what it is. You want it now. So when you get it, it's not always what you want. Am I right? I mean, seriously. That's why it pays to just wait and let it all unfold. Let it all come to be. But nobody seems to want to do that anymore. Nobody wants to wait. Nobody wants to have patience. I mean, everybody is so into their little feelers, having hissy fits and just going crazy. I don't mind. I like a little anarchy in the mix. I do. Why not? A little anarchy goes a long way, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong in the slightest. Nah. Oh, boy. That was a fun little rant, wasn't it? Oh, I quite enjoyed myself. I did. I don't know if you guys enjoyed yourselves, but I did. You know, I just have fun, do my own little thing, and roll about my life. That's about it. You know? Nothing really else. Oh, there was one little thing. The title of my little stream. Now, isn't the title literally self-explanatory? I mean, people complain that life's not fair, that life continually pushes them down, when, you know, life only pushes you down when you let it. life only happens in a negative way when you allow it to happen. You see, you're the gatekeeper. You're the one holding all the doors. You're the one holding all the keys. Now, just remember, that's what Chucky said. It ain't the signs that count, asshole. It's what you do with it. Right? In other words, it ain't how much you have. It's what you do with the stuff that you do have. And I'm not just talking about anything. I'm talking about time, effort, and, general thought. Because it's a process, let me tell you. It is. Thought is a process. I do feel a little bit better, about everything. I do. Nothing like a good old-fashioned rant, right? Like a good old-fashioned drinking party, right? You just drink your fill, do what you want, and pass out after, and then deal with the consequences when you get sober. But, I am a horse of a different color, I'm afraid. I'm the psycho, remember? Crazy person. The one that's totally losing my mind. It's okay. It's alright. I get it. I understand it. I play my role well, just like everybody else does. I just try and do it better than the first time. That's the difference. You ought to know you're watching it, not me. I'm just narrating the story. And you, my little miscreants, my little ne'er-do-wells, my little mess-ups of society, you guys just watch and just draw it all in. That's all. It's real simple. Real easy. You guys watch. In other words, I ask and you gave. Simple. Whether you just give me your attention, your time, your chatting ability, doesn't really matter, does it? Damn. One thing that I've realized, chopping up jalapeno peppers is a nasty business. It's spicy. It's hot. But, a lot of things are spicy and hot in the world, aren't they? Weather, food items, even people sometimes. It's true. Just all depends on how you look at it, I guess. I think so. Do I really look like a guy with a so-called plan? No, I don't. I just do things. You know, I'm like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't want nothing to do with one if I caught it. I just do things for, I don't know, for the sake of unpredictability, anarchy, if you want to be specific about it. I'm an agent of anarchy. And I do it really, really well. Do I really complain about how life's not fair? Nah. I just go with the flow. Just like everybody else. Right? Gotta go with the flow. Go wherever life blows you, right? Be a free spirit. Don't be chained up by the rules of modern society. Because rules change. Just like everything else. Rules change. People change. Feelings change. You know? It happens. But you know, at the end of the day, do you really win anything? Do you really lose anything? Probably not. No. You usually still end up right back where you started. The top or the bottom of the heap, it doesn't matter. Because even if you're at the top of the heap, there's always somebody or some situation that will knock you down. Then you'll be right down on my level. Right down in the low. And you'll end up just like me. Kind of like a goldfish fighting for breath out of just being taken out of the goldfish bowl. Right? You ever seen that? You ever seen something like that before? Taking something out of its natural environment and watching it just squirm and freak out. But yet when you put it back in, everything's all normal again. Peaceful. Too many goldfishes in the world, right? Too many people gasping for breath for no reason. When you don't have to. Because you see, I'm a different goldfish. I'm the one that adapts, survives, and keeps going. Anyone can do it. It isn't hard. You just gotta concentrate, focus. Be the person that you want to be, no matter what the cost, no matter what people say, no matter what people do. You are in charge of yourself. And nobody can stand in your way of achieving greatness. Nobody can stand in your way of achieving what you want to do with your life. So my question is, what are you waiting on? What, Christmas? Thanksgiving? Calls and promises that'll never show? Feelings that will never present themselves? Come on, what are you waiting on? If you want to achieve what you want to achieve in your life, well, then go for it. Do it. But be proud of yourself. And accept the consequences of what you've done. Whether good, bad, or indifferent, still got to accept it. So the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, quit being such a crybaby. Quit throwing little temper tantrums and hissy fits that you just don't get your way. No, don't do that. Just accept what life has to offer. Just make use of it. Make the best of what life has to offer. And quit complaining about it. Quit bitching, pissing, and moaning about it that it ain't fair. Because since when is life ever fair? Since when is life ever going your way? Because trust me, that will never happen. Life will never happen your way. Life happens how it happens. And the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit there and let life push you away, push you down, and just shove you all over the place like a rag doll? Are you actually going to get tired of it and say, look, I'm making a stand right now, right here, right now. I'm not going to let life get the best of me. I'm not going to let life push me down and crush me like a tin can. Because once it pushes you down, it will keep you down. And it will keep you there for as long as you allow it. See, that's the difference. That is the difference, my friends. You know, we all make choices in life. And you got to decide yourself. Just remember, with every choice that you make in life, you got to live with that choice for the rest of your life. You got to live with the choices that you make. So the thing is, are you willing to live with them? Mm-hmm. Because once you start making that choice, there's no going back. No, there's no going back. There's only going forward, not backward. Because if you look at a car, the forward view is way wider than the backward view, isn't it? Am I right? Or am I wrong? The rear view mirror is small. Who is this? And are you old enough to be here, my friend? Remember, this is an adult stream only. No kids allowed. Are you old enough to be here, sir, or... I don't think he is. I think he's just here just to mess around, so... Maybe. If I can figure out how to go to his channel, check it myself. I can't seem to can't seem to figure that out. You know, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to bother with it. Because the guy's probably gone anyway, so. But anyway, I think I've pretty much said enough on here today. So I'm going to go ahead and head out. So until next time, guys, just remember, the darkness is always watching. And I never sleep. So just be careful. Because the next one you see, when you look in the mirror at night, might just be me, staring back at you, laughing. And that's it.